All right, Alec Lace live here in Reading, Pennsylvania at the Santander Arena with
Alex.
Alex.
Yevgeny.
Why are you guys supporting Trump this year?
I just think the economic, downfall with Kamala and Joe Biden has been the most detrimental part of, his presidency, and I'd very much like to see that turn around.
I want to get back to America, baby. America first. Only thing I want, America first, baby.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you. My life sucked less under Trump. It was actually like a prosperous, good time.
How did it feel being called garbage by Kamala Harris? I mean, actually by Joe Biden.
It felt great.
Loved it. Hell yeah.
Listen, tomorrow is election day. It's finally here. It's been 4 years. We've been waiting for this moment. We're less than 24 hours away from it. What's your confidence level right now that Trump not only can win the election, but can he take this state right here in Pennsylvania? That's why he's spending so much time here.
I can tell you right now, Trump's got every swing state. Trump is up. Mathematically, he's not going to. In a fair and true election, Trump cannot lose this election.
Well, you say fair and true election. How confident are you in the election integrity?
Not really, but I know that Trump's going to win for the third time. So, not really.
Well, give me your last take here. What are you hoping to hear from the president today? What does he got to do really to try to get those guys that are and those girls that are on the fence, undecided, independents? What more can he do? It seems like he's poured his heart and soul. He's bled in this state literally for this election. So what more can he do?
I'm not sure how much more he can do. Just talk about economics and, hopefully the people make the right choice.
Very well said. You guys voted already or you're voting tomorrow?
Early voted, baby.
I'm voting tomorrow.
I'm voting tomorrow like an American.
Let's get it. All right, guys. Enjoy the rally. Thanks. All right, Alec Lace in Reading, Pennsylvania here with
Cynthia Fessler.
Cynthia, is this your first time attending a Trump rally?
No.
No. Are you a local Pennsylvania?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Why are you supporting Trump this year?
Because our country has gone downhill very, very quickly in the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, according to the Democrats, you're the demographic that doesn't support Trump. All women are for Kamala Harris. So why, as a woman, are you supporting Donald Trump?
Because the safety of our country depends upon Donald Trump. Our borders are out of control. The crime rate is out of control. Women's rights are really protected with Donald Trump. We do not want the things that they want. We do not want the abortions to be horribly, criminal.
And abortion's not even on the ballot because it went back to the states.
Right.
They try to frame this entire election around women's reproductive rights, and it's not even on the ballot.
It's about the economy. It's about crime. It's about not going to war.
Yeah.
It's about the safety of our country and our children.
Yeah, that would be nice. Now, did you vote already? Or you're going to vote tomorrow?
I'm voting tomorrow.
Okay. Do you think Trump takes Pennsylvania?
He has to.
He must.
He has to.
All right. Well, enjoy the rally. Pleasure speaking with you.
you.
All right. Alec Lace live here in Reading, Pennsylvania at the Trump rally with
Mr. Singh.
Why are you out here supporting Trump today?
Okay, there are two things, buddy. The first thing is the business. The Trump means business. And second thing is the immigration. On the ground level, I'm an immigrant, but I know there is a tsunami of immigrants coming from all over the world. I have the ground reality because I have a business here. I'm a small business store owner, so I know the exact position, what's going on and what happened, And about people already know why Kamala, after 4 years, she went to borders. She should have done on the very first year she was in the office. So the situation is real grim, and I know the reality on the ground level.
Does the open border right now, you have so many people jumping. So you came to this country legally,
Yes,
right?
Yes, I came legally. I overstayed, but I paid my taxes from the day I landed in this country. I worked, and I paid my taxes from the first day I was here, yes.
Is this the first time you're attending a Trump rally? Did you vote for Trump in 2020?
No, I didn't. I was not legally supposed to do that, but now I'll come to vote for Trump, yeah.
So this will be the first time you can actually vote?
Yes, sir, yes.
And you're voting for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Is America the greatest country that you've ever been in?
God bless America. And just want to say one more thing. If Trump hears me, Kamala, he says Kamala. That's not the real name. It's Kamala. In my language, Kamala means crazy, loco. No, I mean it, but that's what it means.
It means that in our language, too.
Oh, no, I don't think so, but I never heard that. But he says Kamala. It's not Kamala, it's Kamala. And in my language, I have told you, yeah.
Well, Kamala's got to get out of town. Hopefully we vote her out. Did you vote already, or are you going to vote tomorrow?
I'm going to vote tomorrow, yeah. Yes, yes.
All right, well, enjoy the rally. Pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Alec Lace live in Reading, Pennsylvania with
Pete Pridebaz,
Pete. Why are you out here supporting Donald Trump today?
because I believe that he should win, and I'm supporting that.
What's the top issue for you right now? What's been the breaking point here the last 4 years? What you've seen happen to the country?
Well, I think everybody forgets about that we live in a world that don't like us generally. So I prefer to see somebody who has a little bit of gumption, that we can stand up against the world instead of melting back into it. I mean, there's a reason we were discovered as America.
And you know, you bring up a great point, because do you think people like Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, the Iran mullahs, you think these people are going to be fearful of a Kamala Harris administration after what they've just seen the last 4 years?
I think if Kamala gets in, all those people you mentioned will just enjoy it.
I would imagine they got to be sitting there praying and hoping that she gets in.
I agree 100%. I mean, they need somebody, somebody asked me earlier if I think it's good that Trump is friendly with Putin. I says, well, at least he can talk to him. I don't think he could talk to, I don't think Kamala could get her point across to Putin. I don't think Putin would even see her if he had to.
It just seems like, too, we talk about the foreign stuff, which is obviously a key issue, but here, domestically at home, I'm a family guy, father of four. The families in this country have been crushed in the last 4 years. I'm working extra time, overtime. Everybody else is doing it, and that seems to be locally here what most people are like, this is going to be the breaking point.
That's right. I'll be 70 years old in 6 months. I've not retired yet because of my fear of what they're going to do with the economics. When we did our taxes this year, I looked at my taxes and they were in a different bracket than they were 4 years ago, before Trump's tax breaks actually were enacted. And I'm giving less to the government now than I did before, which is fine because I think they waste so much. I mean, they want to spend $500 billion to take care of people that don't pay their loans. But I'm trying to take care of my mom right now, who's 96 and can't get help through different agencies or different things like that.
And I believe Trump just announced that he would have a tax break for those taking care of their loved ones, right?
That's right. And my mom wants to, she wants to pass it home. And if you try and use an agency it's like tens of thousands of dollars a month, right? So you have to be rich to be able to deal with something like that. And we're not. We're middle-class people, but the middle class is going away. They keep every chance they get, they got their hand in your pocket. And it's annoying. So I think Trump belongs because the world state, the way it is, the border, all that kind of stuff is Trump. I also think he's a businessman. He knows how to work money. Kamala is a lawyer. And lawyers are great for trouble, but they don't usually fix things. I just don't need a lawyer.
And it does seem like, you have the people that are taking the free stuff. They're living on the government. You have a lot of single moms co-parenting with the government, okay? You have the elite, the rich. They're all supporting Kamala Harris. So really, it's just the middle class that's left. That's really the bread and butter of Donald Trump.
I don't think all the rich are supporting them. I mean, you only hear that because that's what they use as a talking point. I don't believe that at all. I think it's 50-50 right down the line. My problem with the voting is most people vote their ticket. I really kind of don't have a ticket. I vote Republican this time. Next time I might vote as an independent. I'm not necessarily 100% conservative. Liberalism has somewhat of a place. So I would be a moderate as opposed to a conservative, right?
Is it more Donald Trump than it is the Republican Party?
Yes.
And I think that's what's brought a lot of people out, to be honest. The first time I ever voted was for Donald Trump when he came out in 2016. He's brought a lot of people, and they come out for the first time to vote, either to vote for him or to vote against him. Yep. But he's brought a lot of people to the polls.
Yep, I agree with you. And I think that's a good thing to do because this is America. How famous were what country was that where they had the purple thumbs when they were voting. Was that Iran or Iraq?
One of them over there, yeah.
Those people are, they all want to come here, right? They all think we got it all going. So why do we want to get rid of it? I don't think we should support these people coming across the border like that unless they signed a paper and joined a club. That's the bottom line.
And that is America. If they do it the correct way, we call them Americans.
That's correct.
They do it the illegal way, we call them illegal aliens, which they are, and they got to go and come back the right way.
My grandparents came from Poland, Ukraine, Russia, Ireland.
Every American story starts that way.
And I'm fine with that. And I don't want to see it stop. I'd like it to continue. However, it can't be a free-for-all. And that's what we got down there. It's a free-for-all. And that's annoying. I mean, I've not ever always lived by the law, so to speak, but I'm an American citizen. I appreciate being an American citizen. And I don't have any desire to live like anybody else does.
Well said. Did you vote already? You're voting tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Me too. All right.
I don't trust.
Enjoy the rest of today, and thanks for talking to me.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right. Alec Lace live here in Reading, Pennsylvania with
Joseph Brown.
Joseph. Is this your first Trump rally?
This is my second one, but my first one this year.
First one this year. Why are you supporting Trump?
I wasn't really a fan in the beginning of Trump, but I became a fan. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a weird left-wing loony that thinks that I don't think it's okay to change the gender of kids. But I'll just say, Trump is from New York and was very, just
So is this
out there.
This will be your first time voting for Trump?
No.
You voted for him in 2020?
I voted for Ben in 2020.
Okay.
Because I felt he had more Christian values. Literally, that became a Trump vote, right? Because that's how it works. But I became a big fan of Trump when, in front of the whole world, he stood up to the most powerful entities out there, one of which was OPEC. And he said, stop price gouging. I don't know if you watched that happen, but it was pretty phenomenal. He stood up and said, stop price gouging on oil because it only affects the lower and middle class. So it was the first time in the history of our nation that a president actually stood up to the most powerful entities out there for the middle and lower class.
Well, Kamala Harris claims to be she's for the lower class, for the middle class. She's for the American worker. I don't find that to be true. I'm a railroad mechanic myself. So what do you do for a living?
I actually worked for quasi-government for a while.
Okay.
I worked at Freddie Mac as a business analyst. And I got to see from a firsthand experience, I was in operations at Freddie Mac. And I got to see from firsthand experience when a corrupt leader gets in, the stuff that kind of happens. It trickles down through the quasi-governments,
Well, this is the thing here. We've all had this feeling. I mean, ever since a kid growing up, you're told politicians and lawyers are all liars, right? We all believe that politicians are lying to us, and they're the machine. And now, all of a sudden, Trump throws his hat into the ring, and everyone's like, oh, no, you have to trust the politician over the businessman that came in from the outside. And it seems like everyone forgot that these people are just full of crap all the time.
I agree. And that's another reason I really like Trump. He's not a politician. And he makes politicians scared. And that's what our forefathers did of this country. They made those leaders that were hungry to tax and hungry to control. The forefathers, the founding fathers of our nation, made them scared, and that's the kind of power I believe Trump kind of puts back into the American people.
Yeah. Well said. I apologize if you told me already. You're a Pennsylvania guy?
I'm a transplant.
So where are you from?
I'm originally from Colorado.
Okay.
It makes me sad that became a blue state, and this whole thing where they made marijuana legal. When you talk to the locals, right? I have nothing against marijuana, whatever, but when you talk to the locals, the amount of trash that you find in the parks and the local areas, go ahead, smoke your weed, but when you get the munchies, don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff and then throw your trash out the window, right?
So you would say after a few years of that experiment, it's not going well in Colorado?
I guess it depends on who you talk to, right? The government loves it because they've been taxing. They've been getting a lot of money from it. But, I mean, to each their own. I don't.
Now, are you registered to vote in Colorado or Pennsylvania?
I'm registered to vote in New Jersey. I now live in New Jersey.
Oh, I'm in Jersey myself. Okay. Do you think Jersey going to go red here or what?
I think the west side of the state, the south side of the state, and the more.
Everywhere but Newark.
Yeah. I would say everywhere where people are logical, where they're not okay with kids. I got a daughter who runs track, She can compete. I mean, she's a freshman, dude. And she went to state as a freshman. And she went to nationals. She was running against girls from Jamaica, right? This is awesome. But she's running against girls, right? She could spend her whole 4 years training to compete at a collegiate level and then have some weird flamboyant guy, from some blue state take that away and get a scholarship.
She's supposed to be happy about that. This is progress.
It's not progress for the females.
No, it's not for the parents either. So did you vote already or you voting tomorrow?
I'm voting tomorrow.
Well,
because that's the day you're supposed to vote. I'm going to jump in there and vote, and hopefully my vote will be counted. Do I believe that the system is messed up? I kind of do. The voting system, I hope that I can trust in the voting system of America. I hope. But
we're going to find out tomorrow. So
I had a friend who went and voted early, and on his way out, he was like, wait a second. One of the voting people said, oh, you gave him the wrong ballot. And then he looked at it, and it said 2020. So if you're going to vote, you got to make sure it has the right date on it, because there's a lot of slim shady stuff going on out there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that already. All right, the rally is starting. Get yourself in there. I appreciate your time.
You're listening to the Alec Lace Show. The future is